Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shelley Bowen, and I'd like to provide an overview of our 2014 International Conference. This is intended for families who will be attending our conference in 2014, or those of you who are considering attending the conference. I'd like to begin with a little overview about ground transport. The hotel is about 25 miles from the Tampa International Airport to the Clearwater Beach Hilton. Taxi service is about $2.50 per mile. There may be some fees or additional fees for additional passengers. At the end of this presentation, you'll be provided with my email, and I would be happy to provide you with any of these web links or telephone numbers that are referenced throughout this presentation. A shared shuttle is approximately $25 per person. Options for meet and greet cars are actually more affordable for families and may be more desirable because it will bring you directly to the hotel without multiple stops. Super Shuttle does offer us a discount for our group, which is referenced here in 2MSX. These group rates are available from the 18th of June through July the 3rd. There are pretty hefty penalties for the state of Florida for safety laws, particularly with passenger restraint. So any child who is of the age of 5 or younger would need to be restrained in a car seat that is federally approved for safety. It is illegal in the state of Florida to text while driving. There are very hefty penalties while driving under the influence, and you may be a financial burden and potential imprisonment if you are driving with a blood alcohol of 0.08 or higher. In addition, there are move-over laws in the state of Florida to protect law enforcement officers and emergency medical providers. These are all outlined here in this presentation, and these safety laws are available on the website, on the Florida State website. There is ground transportation during the stay. Jolly Trolley has a stop right in front of the hotel, and the main office is just a block away from the hotel. Here's the telephone number and the address on Mandalay Avenue. There is a stop right in front of the hotel, and it will take you to area attractions where they're very, very close, as well as shopping at the grocery store or at the at area attractions in the nearby area. The fares are $2 for cash fare. Unlimited day passes are $4.50, and a very inexpensive way to use the Jolly Trolley would be $20 per week for a weekly pass, and that's unlimited usage throughout the week. Children who are the age of 5 or under can ride for free. Routes for the Jolly Trolley are available through clearwaterjollytrolley.com. So getting ready for the conference, we're all excited, but we'd like to give you a few little tips about what you need to know in preparing and packing, getting ready for the conference. We will be staying at the Clearwater Hilton. I took this photograph. It has not been retouched. It's a beautiful beach, white sandy beach. There are volleyball nets right in front, and the hotel does provide volleyballs for people to play volleyball while they're there. There are in the rooms or refrigerators in each one of the rooms, and each one of the guest rooms will receive two chaise lounges for the beach when they're staying at the Clearwater Beach Hilton. This aerial view is of the hotel. The green star represents the Clearwater Hilton. The red arrow is Mandalay Avenue. There are numerous restaurants down Mandalay Avenue. The blue star represents the Walgreens Pharmacy, which is right around the corner, and the yellow star in this photograph represents the Pier 60 Park and the Pier 60. As you can see, it's very convenient. The Pier 60 is about 50 yards from the hotel. There are so many restaurants that are available just literally right outside of the door of the hotel. I won't list all of them here in this presentation. However, a good site to review and to see the the menus of these restaurants would be through urbanspoon.com. Here you can see that the sidewalks are nice and wide, so anybody who would be renting a scooter could easily ambulate up and down the streets to go to the restaurants or go shopping. The streets, crossing the streets is very easy. It's very accessible for anybody who has a disability or on a scooter. The shopping, as you can see here, I routed the Public Supermarket, which is a grocery store, very popular grocery store in the state of Florida, is 1 mile away from the hotel. It's a 2-minute drive. Again, the Jolly Trolley picks right up in front of the hotel and drops off at the Publix. So if you need to go and get some groceries, you can catch the Jolly Trolley and go over there. Or if you have a car, you can drive. Or if you prefer to walk, you can walk as well. There's also a Walgreens pharmacy, which is plotted out here. It's 0.1 mile from the Clearwater Beach Hilton, and the walk would take you about 3 minutes. So any prescription needs that you have or anything, any light items that you might need, such as bread or milk or something along those lines, you could pick up at the Walgreens store and walk it right back to the hotel and put it into your refrigerator. In addition, there's Wings Beachwear, which is available. It's a 3-minute walk if you want to purchase a umbrella rather than renting it while you're staying at the hotel. These are available at the Wings Beachwear store right around the corner and 3 minutes of a walk from the hotel. The area hospitals you should be aware of are St. Joseph's Children's Hospital and All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg, Florida. They are approximately the same distance from the hotel, 25 miles. All Children's is very familiar with Barth syndrome. They've treated a number of boys who have Barth, and however, the closest hospital is Morton Plant Hospital, which is about 4 miles from the hotel. About 2 weeks prior to the event, we do send out a be on the lookout alert to emergency departments in the area to educate emergency room physicians about the disease and to let them know that we will be having a number of boys and young men who have been diagnosed with Barth syndrome who will be there. We work very closely with Sunstar, who is the emergency medical services provider in Pinellas County, and they help us out tremendously in getting these alerts out. Fun is within a walking distance from this hotel. I'm telling you, it is wonderful. You have this beautiful beach. There are 2 swimming pools that are available for the families or for the guests. One of the swimming pools does have a lift available for people with disabilities to put them into the swimming pool. There is a tiki bar with nightly entertainment that's right out on the beach. There is oversized chessboards, beanbag tosses, ping pong tables. There is a daily happy hour from, I think it's 3 to 7 on a daily basis. However, this is not offered at the tiki bar or the poolside bar. You would have to go inside if you wanted to gain the benefit of happy hour. Sunsets at Pier 60 are nightly from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. The website is provided here. On the left, you'll see an image of movies that are shown on a nightly basis. You can go to the website at sunsetspier60.com and see what movies will be shown in the park that evening. There are also artisans and crafters and street performers and entertainment of all types on Pier 60. Right outside of the door of the hotel every night. Playtime is pretty ample too. There are 2 beautiful playgrounds that are available for younger children that are covered, which would keep the children protected from the sun. They're large. This photograph really doesn't do it justice. Again, there are volleyball nets, 2 volleyball nets available, and balls and anything that you would need to play on the sand, and volleyball is available by going to the front desk. Now, if you're coming to Clearwater, you got to go see Winter. Winter is at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium, and Winter's claim to fame was Dolphin Tail. Many kids have seen it. I know I've seen it, and I love it. Clearwater Marine Aquarium is a unique facility that specializes in rescue and rehabilitation and release of sick or injured marine animals. All of the animals at Clearwater Marine Aquarium are there because they're either suffering an illness or an extreme injury from that they incurred in the wild. Winter is different because she is too disabled to be released, but she is a pretty special little dolphin. The Clearwater Marine Aquarium is a mile from the hotel, about a 3-minute drive, or you could walk. Oops. One of the things that we really need to stress, if you're not from Florida, you may not be aware of just how easy it would be to get a sunburn. You can get a pretty significant sunburn in a period of 15 minutes out in the sun. So please avoid midday sun and heat exposure. Plan early or late day outdoor activities on the non-conference days. Your skin will burn significantly even on cloudy days and you won't feel it. So wear sunscreen whenever going outside, even on cloudy days. Reapply it often, especially if you're sweating and you're really hot or you're in the water. Stay well hydrated and always have water on hand. You can pick up a water bottle that you can just keep on hand or get some bottled water from around the corner and just have it constantly with you anytime you're going out. Wear some type of shoe to protect your feet because the sand can get pretty hot. So you'll want to have some flip-flops or some sandals or something to protect your feet. Wear sunglasses or and a hat. Florida sun is painfully bright, so make sure you have those sunglasses available to protect your eyes. You might want to consider purchasing a beach umbrella versus renting an umbrella there on the beach. If you have any questions about protecting your skin while you're in Florida, I really recommend the Melanoma Foundation. They have some wonderful prevention facts about keeping yourself safe when you're in the sun. What to pack, what to pack, what to pack. Here we have one of our dads who's pulling off the very last of his suitcases when he came to the last conference. So let's go over that just a little bit. Let's go over the basics. So the basics are you want to wear some lightweight clothing as well as light colored clothing. Remember, the darker the clothing, the more it absorbs that heat. So you want to keep it light. Conference attire is very casual. However, we do recommend that you bring a sweater or a lightweight jacket because the rooms can get pretty cold and they're very difficult to control the temperature in those rooms. Again, protection of the elements, I can't stress it enough. Sunglasses, sunscreen, hat, cap, lightweight rain poncho because it does rain typically every day in Florida about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the summertime. Beach sandals and some comfortable walking shoes that are already broken in very well because there will be some walking if you want to go to area restaurants. Refillable water bottles to remain hydrated, your swimwear, and your attire for the Friday night social, which this year is a superhero theme. Make sure that you have a camera. We will be doing some activities with the youth, and we would like for them to have the camera or a phone or whatever cable that they have to attach because we'll put this on a computer so that they can create a scrapbook based on their photo scavenger hunt that they'll be involved in. And you may want to bring something for the goodie bags. This is not mandatory, obviously, but it is a real fun thing, and the kiddos really look forward to this. It's like Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving it's like Halloween or Easter for them. Here we have our volunteers who are populating our goodie bags that we have laid out in the activity room. If you wish to bring something, it doesn't have to be something big, but I can tell you these kids love pencils from anywhere in the world or little trinkets. We started this in 2000 and it became a favorite for many of our children. So you can either put the items in the bags or you can give the items that you wish to have distributed to the families to one of our volunteers who are pictured here, putting them in the bags. Portrait photos. If the 70s gave us anything besides disco, it would be really bad clothes. If we lived through the 70s, we all have an example of what not to wear in a family photo album. Don't let this be you. Here's a photograph of myself and my little brother wearing plaid, and it's definitely aged, but the plaid and my brother still doesn't like this. So wear solid colors and avoid any shirts or any clothing attire that have logos or print or stripes. Trendy attire, plaids or stripes, again, they don't photograph well and they don't maintain over time. We do like to use your photographs in our materials that we print as well as on our website. It's a favorite of our donors and our volunteers. They love to see the families and those they serve. And you will have beautiful portraits by Amanda Clark, who is our portrait artist, who comes to the conference every other year. We are really thankful to have Amanda lend her talent to us. Well, let's kick it off. Monday is when we kick the conference off typically. However, we do have a record year this year. We expect 50 affected boys and young men who have Barth syndrome to be attending the conference, as well as their family members. So we will begin with taking the portraits on Sunday this year as well as Monday. Monday, again, Sunday and Monday, we will be taking portraits. There will be focus groups that will be taking place on this day for transplant families. There will be a new family orientation, consents and assents, which I will get into in just a bit, will be happening on a mass level. As you see here, we have a group that is gathered together. This is about what it would look like when we do the consent and assent signing. A group photo will be taken, and a welcome reception in the evening, little tyke movie night, and a treasure hunt. Consents will be for anybody who has Barth syndrome that is over the age of 18, or family members who will be signing for their children who are under the age of 18. Assents must be signed for anybody who is 12 years of age to 18 as well. We have 4 research studies that will be taking place this year. So each of those investigators will provide an overview and answer any questions about the study that you may have on Monday evening. We anticipate the studies overall, if you participate in all of the studies, to take about 5 to 6 hours. There will be blood draws and clinical studies and psychosocial studies. Some of the psychosocial studies or the questionnaires will be provided to families. You can fill this out on your own and bring them back, but we really need you to participate in this because we need to know how Barth syndrome affects the individual on a psychologically and emotionally, as well as how it affects the person clinically. So your participation is really key in us better understanding more about this disease. Tuesday and Wednesday are our clinic days. We've called them clinic days in the past. It's not like taking your child to a doctor. You don't get the results as you would expect if you took him to his GP at home. These are research days. However, we do offer consultations where you have one-on-one time with experts in the disease. Activities are provided. Focal group sessions as well as small group sessions are provided on Tuesday and Wednesday. Clinical research, the purpose of this is to study the clinical pathophysiology of the person who has Barth syndrome. Again, blood draws will be done. Questionnaires will be distributed. Some of the results may be given to the families, like a complete blood count. The results of a complete blood count may be given to you, but it will not be interpreted by the investigator. You can take it home, or you can have it for your own records and to provide it to your healthcare provider. There will be additional studies that will be done, and those results will not be distributed because they will be under research and for the purpose of research interpretation. Dr. Vernon can answer any of these questions that you might have about the blood work or some of the clinical studies that are done. The psychosocial research, the purpose of this is to study the emotional and psychological impact of Barth syndrome on the person who has Barth syndrome, as well as the members of the family who have a son or a family member with Barth syndrome, and to help us better understand how we can better serve our our families and our young men who have Barth syndrome. Tuesday, we will be doing the consultations that will be done will be consistent throughout Tuesday and Wednesday: genetics, metabolism, and nutrition. Here we have Dr. Kelly and Nicole Clayton, who are photographed in a consult with one of our moms. Severe Chronic Neutropenia International Registry will be done online in a virtual setting with Adriana Boilyard. Focal group settings or sessions that will be done on this day will be carrier issues and men of Barth meeting. This is intended for individuals who are 16 years of age or older who have Barth syndrome. Small group sessions that will be offered are metabolism and nutrition, which will be facilitated by Dr. Kelly and Nicole Clayton, and building a strong clinical team where a number of healthcare providers and therapists will address the basics about Barr syndrome and how these therapists or these healthcare providers can enhance the care of that team and build a strong team and approach a multidisciplinary approach to caring for somebody who has Barr. Activities on these days include arts and crafts, ping pong, board games, video games. These will be throughout the week and available throughout the week for the children. And stargazing, we're hoping if the weather is nice for us that we'll be able to go out and do some stargazing on Tuesday evening. One of the evenings, we will also be having luminaries out where we will be honoring the boys who have Barr syndrome as well as the boys who have died from Barr syndrome. And we will be releasing Chinese lanterns for the hope of the future for research that will be done during this conference as well as research that's been done and will be done in the future for our boys so that they will be safe from Barr syndrome. We're not sure which night that would be. Again, that is dependent upon the weather. Wednesday, the same consultations again. The focal group sessions on this day will be Meet the Board session. This is an informal session designed to introduce the governing body of the Barth Syndrome Foundation. It provides an overview about the governing instruments of the organization, strategic priorities, and really engage all of our stakeholders and all of our beneficiaries in general question and answer sessions. Volunteer workshop will also be offered, and this is an informal session designed to generate ideas, answer questions, or discuss opportunities for volunteers to become more involved in our organization, either through fundraising efforts or other programs in their own community to help propel our mission. We will also have a transitions a focal group session. This is one of the part one in a number of series that will be offered throughout the conference. And this is entitled Taking Charge of My Health and Well-Being and Mentoring Others with Barth Syndrome to Do the Same. This is designed for Barth men ages 16 years of age or older to discuss their concerns about living with Barth Syndrome with some of the clinical experts in the disease and to become a better self-advocate for themselves and thoughts on how to encourage younger boys who have been diagnosed with Barr syndrome to do the same. Small group sessions will be led by neutropenia. Discussion will be led by Dr. Colin Stewart. Again, metabolism and nutrition would be offered again on this day by Dr. Kelly and Nicole Clayton. A research update will be provided by Matt Toth on this day to provide an update and answer any questions that families might have about research that's being conducted or funded by BSF. Activities are the same. The difference is in the evening, we are hoping to have a beachside gathering where we will have a DJ and a dance and some informal fun. In this photograph, you can see our activities room, which is a really popular setting. We encourage anybody to come in and play ping pong or participate in the arts and crafts. It's a great way to escape the heat, and it's a really good way to get to know people. It is really like the command central of throughout the conference. So we encourage you to come in on the days on Monday and Tuesday or Wednesday and have some fun with us. The educational sessions happen on Thursday through Saturday. This is when you really sit down and learn a lot about Barr syndrome. One of the things that we have become aware of is these boys that were once boys aren't boys anymore. They are men, and they are thoughtful and they are wondering what's going on and have really great questions and really great insights. So we are encouraging our Barth men to come into the adult sessions this year and to be a part of those sessions because they're why we are here. This is a very difficult educational program to pull together because we have 4 hubs throughout this conference to be able to it's one event that addresses very diverse audience. So the science and medicine side is a technical and highly scientific. Primary audience are clinicians and scientists. Families are invited to come, encouraged to come. And there are some sessions where we really want the families to be there, but you're welcome to go into the science and medicine sessions if you'd like throughout. Adult sessions are more lay friendly and practical approaches in care. The primary audience for the adult sessions are members, family members who are 16 years of age and older. We also have youth sessions. We have 4 groups in our youth session. There are specific tracts that are designed for affected individuals as well as siblings and broken down into 2 age groups in each of those tracts, ages 8 to 13 as well as 13 to 16. Then we have our youngster activities, which are basically arts and crafts and lots of games and fun for the younger ones, and that's for the children who are 1 to 8 years of age. On Thursday, the science and medicine side will be focusing on mitochondrial lipids. The adult sessions will be focused on neuromuscular and nutritional aspects of Barth syndrome, as well as carrier issues. Our keynote luncheon will be a combined luncheon with Dr. Barry Byrne providing the keynote address during this luncheon. We will have a group photo taken either on Thursday afternoon or on Friday afternoon following the luncheon. Clinical studies on Barth syndrome will be combined, and that is the adults for the adult session will not have a separate session being offered. They are encouraged to go over to the science and medicine side and listen to the clinical studies on Barth syndrome. In the evening, there will be a poster session. Families and adults or anybody who is 16 years of age or mature or older are encouraged to go and see the poster sessions. This year we have a record number of posters that will be presented from young investigators. So we really encourage you to come and to ask questions and to see what's being done in the research area of Barth syndrome. Friday, on the science and medicine side, will be focused on mitochondrial physiology in the morning. The adult sessions will be focused on the cardiac aspects of Barth syndrome with a number of speakers. It will begin with the pathophysiology of the cardiac piece of Barth syndrome, as well as therapies and interventional therapies, such as bridge devices, medications that are used on an acute level, as well as therapies on an ongoing basis, and transplant options, electrophysiology of the heart. After that, we will have the Varner Award Luncheon, and the science and medicine side will be focused on animal models of Barth syndrome. On the adult side, we will have What You Need to Know But We're Afraid to Ask, which is the second part of the series. It's a doctrine of no surprises where we will discuss how to be prepared to discuss some of the more difficult pieces about Barth syndrome with our boys as they grow up, and not having them be surprised when these things arise or when a health crisis arrives. We also will be discussing transitions in the adult sessions. Transplant breakout and a carrier breakout session will happen on the adult session on the afternoon of Friday. We will have our social that evening, which is a superhero based theme. It's Friday night, and that everybody is invited. The clinicians and the scientists, all family members are invited. It's a lot of fun. Saturday, the science and medicine side is concluded. There are no more scientific and medical addresses. However, there will be a scientific and medical advisory board that will be meeting that will be taking place. The adult sessions, we will have a carrier wrap up as well as a transplant wrap up session. And the youth will share their perspectives of answering the questions that they have been asked by our community. About a week ago, we sent out a questionnaire to our community and offered them the opportunity to ask questions of adults who are 16 years of age or older who have Barth syndrome, as well as potential carriers or carriers in the group. So we can have those questions and those perspectives answered in a very sensitive way. And those will be addressed on Saturday. We will have a luncheon, and then after that, we will have age and topic specific breakout sessions with our families. After the conclusion of the breakout sessions, our finale will be, we will do our finale, which is always a favorite, which is we typically have a a slideshow where we see some candid photos that have taken place throughout the week, as well as the portraits that were taken by Amanda throughout the week. The youth sessions, we have a lot of fun activities planned for them. The affected individuals will be focused on self advocacy on Thursday. Sisters will be talking about, they will have carrier discussions. If parents are concerned about these issues for carrier discussions for their daughters, we encourage you to speak with Rebecca McClellan. I can provide her contact information, or you can contact me directly. Again, my email address and my contact information will be provided at the conclusion of this presentation. All siblings will be involved in answering questions from the Barth syndrome community. On Friday, we have a team building and mentorship program. And on Saturday, the youth will share their perspectives with the adults. So now let's talk about the fun stuff, because we do like to have fun. We work hard and we play hard at the Barth Syndrome Foundation. We are planning an off-site gathering for children who are 7 years of age and older. Here you can see a photograph of Captain Nemo's pirate ship. This is taken, I took this photograph outside of my window, and it's really a nice walk. It's not far at all. You walk through a park to get over to the intercoastal waterway. We are not sure if this is going to happen on Thursday or Friday morning. We're still in the phase of planning when that would work best. We estimate the most it would cost is estimated at $20 per person. We're currently negotiating a group rate to try to reduce that price. If it's less, we will only charge you what it costs us, but we just want you to be prepared for about how much it would be. If your child is not well enough to go on the pirate boat ride, we will have somebody there at the hotel for quiet time or to play board games with them, and that will be offered as well at the hotel. Children under the age of 7 are certainly welcome to come. However, we would like a parent to escort the child. But because this is going to be on a Thursday or Friday, sessions will be taking place, so we would like one parent to be in the educational sessions to be learning about Barth syndrome. If you have a grandparent that's coming, please send them. But we're thinking that the children will really enjoy this. Some of the activities that we've done in the past and we'll be doing again, the big guys mentoring the little guys. Here we have John and Will photographed with 2 of their little friends. These kids run towards these boys when they come into the room. It's really a sight to behold. We will be making cupcakes again. You would be surprised how extravagant it can be. Here we have little Christopher who's making his cupcake, which is a work of art. We will be doing caricatures again, which was a lot of fun for the kids last year. Here we have Ben on the left, who's holding his completed project, and we have Jared on the right, who's being drawn by the caricature artist. We will be doing Fun in the Sun again, where we have a sandcastle building and seashelling. We do ask that you bring your child well slathered with plenty of sunscreen on him to protect him, and this would be taking place in the morning. We have lots of smiles here because the Rough Riders came and presented teddy bears to all of the brothers and sisters and affected guys in the group. And these are beautiful teddy bears. And we were really thankful to the Rough Riders who were planning on coming back and giving us the gifts of teddy bears yet again this year. We have a beachside social. Here on the left, we have DJ Camo featured. We're hoping he'll be back again this year, but the beachside social would be taking place on Wednesday. And our photo booth we'll have that again on Friday night for our social. Here we have Dr. Todd Cade and his wife Ashley photographed. And our doctors and their families get into this too. So we're one big family at BSF. We know how to have fun. We really do. This is a photograph that I've always loved. And this is what we do, and we rejoice, we work hard, and we play hard. But we always, always stay safe. We would also like to recognize Sunstar for their continued support, who will be back again with their EMS and paramedics to keep a very watchful eye on our boys as they are having fun, and it makes the families feel a little bit safer about letting go. They're right there in the distance, but as you can see, they're watching them very carefully, and we are very thankful to Sunstar for all of their help and their continued support of our organization by participating in our conferences here. Again, if you have any questions, please contact me. My name is Shelley Bowen. My email address is shelley.bowen@barthsyndrome.org. I look forward to seeing you all at the conference, and have a good day.